To start off today, we take you to the third year anniversary of the assumption of the office of the Minister of Power Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, and the scorecard of the ministry in the intervening period. The minister, who spoke extensively on the three sectors under his ministry, gave a before and after his assumption of office status. He persisted that the federal government has delivered on its promise to Nigerians in the power and works and housing sectors.
In the history of Nigeria, it is difficult to find a federal government such as the President Muhammadu Buhari administration, which set out such clear objectives and is able to come back to show its progress reports. Before 2015, many workers had lost their jobs, while contractors were out of sight due to lack of funding for infrastructure. However, shortly after President Muhammadu Buhari's assumption of office and inauguration of the Minister of Power Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, public works and roads and bridges, power value chain as well as housing were recovered. It is 3 years now and Fashola is at this gathering to present a 3-year scorecard on Nigeria's infrastructure sector.
The feedback from road users is that the journey times are reducing on the completed sections. Only last week, one commuter sent me a text message that he traveled from Warri to Lagos in 5.5 hours. This is what I promised in our inaugural address.
With regard to the power sector, the ministry has improved on what it met by increasing capacity in generation from 4,000 megawatts to 7,000 megawatts, transmission from 5,000 megawatts to 7,000 megawatts, and distribution from 2,690 megawatts to 5,222 megawatts.
The report of our survey and feedback mechanism confirms that many of you now have public power for longer hours compared to 2015, and that you now run generators for shorter periods compared to 2015, and also you now spend less money on diesel to power your generators. That is money that may not be visible to you, but it is money clearly that this government is saving by improving power supply slowly and increasing your disposable income. As one of the people I spoke to recently called to tell me that they no longer have to iron all their clothes 1 week in advance, as they previously used to do. You see, these are human experiences, and people call and tell me that, oh, I used to iron 1 week in advance. But they say now that their supply is proving reliable, it is proving predictable, even though it is not yet fully stable and uninterrupted. That is progress, and we must continue. We must move forward, we must consolidate on our mandate of change, and we cannot afford to go back.
We are confident that with the distribution expansion, with the implementation of these policies, and the cooperation of the DISCOs, the constituencies that you mentioned will be better served and happier with our progress on incremental and stable and uninterrupted power.
I believe this is where we are with respect to metering. Metering will also help, obviously, to eliminate this estimated billing. And of course, we are also putting in order, before, in parallel with this metering, have been available a capping in terms of the maximum, or at least the maximum for which a customer who has not obtained a meter should pay. I think we are working together with the ministry to achieve the total good for our customers. And the DISCOs are also working with us to make sure this is done.
In the works sector, the outcome is that there is not one state in Nigeria today where the federal government is not executing at least one road project, and construction workers are engaged on these sites.
We acknowledge that the work is not finished, but as long as we remain able to finance projects, I have no doubt in my mind that it will get better. Our intervention on roads does not stop on interstate roads and highways. It has also entered the universities. As a first phase, we are operating now in 14 federal universities where unattended internal roads are now receiving attention in the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Federal University Oye-Ekiti, University of Benin, Federal University Lafia, Federal University Utuoke Bayelsa, Bayero University, Kano, Federal University of Technology, Owerri, University of Maiduguri, Federal University, Lokoja, Federal Polytechnic, Bauchi, and Federal University, Gashua, Kaduna Polytechnic, Federal College of Education, Katsina, and the University College, Ibadan. This is the first phase under the 2017 budget, and we are preparing to do more under the 2018 budget.
The 2018 procurement is ongoing and will award more. So you should be able to give tremendous credit to this administration for having awarded 121 roads within 3 years, vis-a-vis 144 roads within 17 years by the previous administrations put together.
For 2016, the kilometer of roads constructed was 277 kilometers. The kilometer of roads rehabilitated for 2016 was 345 kilometers. The number of personnel employed, even though you didn't ask about it, let me tell you, is 17,749 people. For 2017, the kilometer of roads constructed was 488 kilometers. The kilometer of roads rehabilitated for 2017 is 256 kilometers. And the number of personnel employed is 31,227. Then for 2018, as at November 2018, the kilometer of roads constructed is 497 kilometers. The kilometer of roads rehabilitated is 284 kilometers. And the number of personnel employed is 30,402.
As for housing, public works are being undertaken on federal secretariats in Zamfara, Bayelsa, Nasarawa, and Ekiti, a national housing site in every state, and to mention the Zik Mausoleum in Onitsha, which has now been practically completed.
Let me also point out that our pilot national housing program has led to a nationwide housing construction being undertaken in 34 states where we have received land. No less than 1,000 people are employed on each of those sites. This is quite apart from the staff of the successful contractors who won the bids to construct. These sites are now an ecosystem of human enterprise, where artisans, vendors, suppliers, and craftsmen converge to partake of opportunities and contribute to nation building. These are some of the most vulnerable people for whom President Buhari has delivered.
Difficult or abandoned projects like the second Niger Bridge, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, and the Bodo-Boni Bridge have been brought back to life. Sections of Ilorin to Jeba, Sokoto to Jega, Sokoto-Ilela have been completed, while progress of works continues nationwide from Jada to Mayobelwa, Enugu to Port Harcourt, Lagos to Ota, Ikorodu to Shagamu, Benin to Okene, Lokoja to Abuja, Kano to Maiduguri, Abuja to Kaduna, Kano, among others.
As we build roads, we are also attending to old or damaged bridges and restoring the value of maintenance. So while the Loko Oweto Bridge is nearing completion, the damaged Tatabu Bridge linking Ilorin and Jeba has been reconstructed, and the Tamburawa Bridge in Kano, the Isaac Boro Bridge in Rivers, the Eko Bridge in Lagos, and the old Niger Bridge that links Anambra and Delta are receiving regular maintenance attention.
As festivities end-of-year activity approaches, consequent movements of goods and services will put pressure on roads nationwide. Observing this, the minister assures Nigerians that the ministry's Amber Month team has been set up to work with the Federal Road Safety Corps and other stakeholders to keep the roads safe and power supply on during the festive period.
Our Amber Month Planning Committee, working with Federal Road Safety Commission and the Federal Road Maintenance Agency FEMA, have been meeting to prepare themselves to make your movement during this period as conducive as the circumstances will permit. FRSC will deploy their personnel across major transport corridors of the country during this period of heavy movement to help manage traffic. They have committed to setting up 9 camps and 18 help areas across the zones to provide support and help commuters in need.
In the MMOS program, the special MMOS program of the ministry, FEMA is part of it. And out of the 54 or so roads that the Honorable Minister has mentioned, 17 of them have been assigned to FEMA, and we are mobilizing even now as we speak. A lot of these will be done on direct labor, and many others are already part of ongoing programs that FEMA has contracted since the beginning of the year.
It would be recalled that shortly after the inauguration, and specifically on the 8th day of December 2015, the minister addressed members of the public in a statement titled Setting the Agenda for Delivering Change, in which he set out what this administration inherited, what they plan to do, and what members of the public should expect from them. While assuring Nigerians of federal government's readiness to continue to serve, Fashola reveals that with careful thinking, planning, and a dedicated team of public officers, the ministry has transformed the neglected infrastructure sector into a productive economy with visible results and recorded qualitative progress.
The traffic